everyone. Hope you're having a wonderful Monday, or if you're not watching this on a Monday, hope you're having a wonderful whatever day you're watching this. So today's video is going to be a Q&A, and asked on my Instagram for you guys to give me some questions, and so let's go ahead and read some questions. So our first question comes from Brianna Illustrations, and she asks, what is your favorite Copic color? What Copic color do I use the most, or which one in my collection do I find the prettiest? So the Copic color that I tend to use the most would probably be my BV20. So that's a blue violet, and it's kind of a desaturated kind of violet-y color, and I love it. It's perfect for shadows, shading. As far as what color do I think is the prettiest? I think right now would be my B39. I love that one. It's super dark. It's almost black, but it has such a rich color in it. I just love it so much. Moving on to the next question. So Leaf Tunes asks, have you ever considered animating? Done a few quick little animations here on my YouTube channel. And yes, I do have plans to do some animations. The thing is, it just takes a ton of time. It's not something you can just whip out in a day. So I'm slowly kind of working on an idea, but we'll see what happens with it. Next question. Snoopy Draws asks, when did you start drawing? My mom says I started drawing when I was about 3, was when she could kind of recognize what it was I was drawing. But then when I was about 10, really began to push myself, and my parents started giving me art lessons and things like that. And then when I became an adult, kind of fell into the, having to get a job thing, and that kind of slowed art down for a while until about maybe 15 years ago. And then just really began to hone my skills and sharpen and practice all the time. Copa Girl 459 says, what keeps you motivated to continue making art? I love taking things that are just something that's inside my head and having the ability to put it on paper and create it in a way so that everyone can see it is so exciting to me. So that's one of the biggest motivations that I have, that there's just really no limit to what you can create, or the worlds you can create, or the characters you can create in art. A similar question was asked by Kitten Moonshadow, which I think is a very cool name. How do you stay motivated to do free art requests? And the answer to that is that I generally don't do free art requests. Being that as an artist, this is my paid job. Of course, I do free art as gifts for people and things like that. But earlier on in my journey, when I was still learning my skill, I would often do free art for people. Again, it's just being able to create something and gift it to somebody and watching them enjoy it. Snoopy Draws has 2 questions. One, do you have any tips for younger artists like me? And who is your favorite artist? Oh goodness, I have a ton of tips for beginning artists, and hopefully I'll be able to share those with you guys in more detail soon. But probably my biggest tip for brand new artists is, first is the one that you guys hear from everyone, which is practice, draw all the time. And the second one is to never give up. Don't get discouraged. Allow yourself to make mistakes, allow yourself to grow, allow yourself to learn, but don't give up, because giving up on art is just a death sentence to your artistic abilities, because nothing's going to change while you're not creating. And who is my favorite artist? I have so many different artists that I admire and look up to. So let me pick an artist that inspired me early on, and that would be an artist named Mark Kistler. And he was an artist who ran an art show on PBS, which was a TV station, and he just taught kids how to draw, and he just made it fun and easy, and I really stylized my methods of teaching similar to the way he taught, which is just don't stress about it, have fun creating art. And it's because of him that I just really wasn't afraid to make a mistake. So between him and Bob Ross were probably the 2 biggest influencers and art teachers that I never got to meet in person. Draw Caves asks, what storage do you use for your markers? I have a homemade storage container that I made using foam board. So my friend and fellow YouTuber Bailey J has a video where she showed step by step how she created hers. It was such a creative way of making a storage container that you could totally customize to your needs, to what what size you needed and, you know, how you wanted to separate your markers. So that's where I got the inspiration and the idea from. So I'll link that video of hers in the description of this video if you guys want to check it out. Let's do something fun. So after you finish watching this video, of course, then go down to the link in the description that goes to her video. Go over, watch that video, and then comment something in her comment section. Let's just fill up her comments. I mean, don't spam her, just one comment per person. Let's just see if we can get her to notice that there is a ton of comments on this video all of a sudden. So I think that'd be fun. Flower Post 1 asks, what is your favorite style of art? So my favorite art style, it's hard to describe, but it's just I really like an illustrated look. So that has lots of detail and fun things to look at in it, and just, oh goodness, I can't think of the lady's name. I will put her name right here and a picture of her work, but she illustrated, and I should know her name because I love her work, but I can't think of it right now. But I love her style of art. It's just absolutely amazing. I think I have time for 2 more questions. So Artsy Partsy, I love that name, Artsy Partsy. What is your least favorite medium? Oh, that's a great question. I always get asked what my favorite medium is, but my least favorite medium is probably oil paints. And I never clicked with oil paint. I love oil paintings. I love looking at them. I love artists that can create them. So the last question I'm going to take is from Ollie's sketchbook. Do you plan on collecting all 358 Copic markers one day? And yes, I do. You know, when you start collecting them, you just want to collect them all. There are a few colors that are almost exactly similar, but just to be able to mark it off my chart, I probably would be willing to buy them all. I received a ton more questions, so thank you everyone who asked a question. I'm sorry if I didn't get to your question, but I will try to do more Q&As on a future date. So if you'd like to ask questions, make sure to ask them here in the comment section of this video, or make sure to follow me on Instagram. So go find the link to Bailey's video, comment on her video. So thanks for hanging out with me, and until next time, God bless you guys, and we'll see you later. Bye-bye.